as you guys see in the title, AEW Fight Forever seems like it has taken over this week's news episode, because I felt like we would never hear about this game again based on the fact that we haven't gotten DLC or any support for it in almost a year at this point. AEW Fight Forever seems like there may be something in the works based on what Tony Khan had to go on ahead and say about this. He was asked about the game and what video games could we see in the future. So let's go on ahead and get into this tweet real quick. Tony Khan believes AEW will release more games in the future, but is still supporting AEW Fight Forever for now. It was a great first entry with AEW Fight Forever, and people can still play AEW Fight Forever all over the world. I think eventually, absolutely, we'll still keep putting AEW games into the world, but right now we are fully supporting that and we're excited about it. There's still more wrestlers and exciting things happening with this game and a lot of opportunities in the world of gaming. So this opens up the possibilities to many things with AEW Fight Forever, because we all thought this game was over. This guy Tony Khan talks about us being able to get the wrestlers, the roster, and this is not the first time we've heard about this. A Jukes developer went on record and said that right now one of their priorities is getting the roster to look like how real life looks, because the real life roster does look absolutely insane. This is probably the most talented roster a company has ever had in the world of professional wrestling. Now, AEW Fight Forever can be a decent game if there are new things added with that. And I spoke with Kenny Baum and Omer on Kiss the Ring. Make sure you guys go on ahead and check that channel out where we talk all things wrestling. And it did seem like this is definitely a possibility. This is definitely something that we can definitely talk about and, you know, and see. Mortal Kombat had a similar situation where the game wasn't great at first, but then they dropped an expansion pack and then we got a better Mortal Kombat game. This could very likely be a AEW Fight Forever story, where obviously lots of people have their negative thoughts on it already, and I feel like it has this stigma already for the video game that it is unfortunate because it didn't live up to the hype. It lived very far off the hype and it died very fast. So personally, I would like to see AEW Fight Forever pick up on some things, maybe bring in a couple of new modes, a new My Career mode, and if they want to sell it to us as an expansion pack, I'll be fine with it. I think the issue that I would personally have a problem with is if they come in here with 4 or 5 wrestlers trying to charge us $30 for it, and we're like, man, like, there's no way I give you guys any money at that point, because I feel like you guys are just taking advantage. And I understand revenue, business, it's all a big thing, but I think even the belts, if they came in, gave us an online mode, belts and everything like that, because Tony Khan literally said we're still supporting it and we really haven't seen them support it. So there has to be something going on in the back end if Tony Khan is still talking about this game as if they're supporting it and we just don't know what's coming. Now, I could see them go on ahead and pop out in June with something kind of crazy. I believe the game came out the last week of June in 2023. I can definitely see them going out there and dropping something bigger 2 years later and giving us something, and maybe even teasing it, doing some better marketing, because I think that their marketing was definitely off when it came to, you know, the DLC and extra stuff that they were adding to the game. So I personally would love to see AEW Fight Forever get something new, something that we can talk about, and maybe some AEW video games in the future, some new ones. It does seem like this is a very big possibility, and I think about 3-4 years from now we'll be talking about a new AEW video game. Unfortunately, now we're stuck with AEW Fight Forever, but I think that they can make our time with AEW Fight Forever maybe just a little bit better if they go on ahead and follow up with something bigger and better with the roster, the modes, things like that. I am excited to see, man, because I think AEW Fight Forever gameplay wise had a lot of potential. It's a very fun game to pick up and play regardless of how dead the game is. We all know the issue with the game. I don't think it was gameplay, aside from, you know, a couple things online, of course, but it was the inability to hook the consumer and keep the consumer coming back for more. And I think that they kind of just showed their ways when they started overpricing the DLC and not really caring about updating the game as much as they should. So I think that they went away and they did the right thing by going away. And if it is true that they're still supporting this game, and supporting could mean many different things. Oh yeah, the online server is still up. things like that. But if they're still, you know, back there and going and grinding, I think it's very possible that we will be seeing a big update for AEW Fight Forever. And I think we should be expecting that for the year of 2025. And it's very big that the Jukes developer also said that they're looking at getting the roster right, just like real life. I think it kind of tells me, man, that we may have something in the works. AEW Fight Forever. I am excited for that. And yeah, man, hopefully new title belts, new modes, new everything, bro. And they really revamped this game for the experience that players were meant to have when they initially touched this game. It's a fun game, man, but obviously we know it's deader than ever at the moment. And, you know, and I think it really needs a big shot in the arm to really come back and prove, you know, that they can be a competitor in the wrestling market, because that's just all, you know, that matters at this point with AEW Fight Forever. I feel like anything you add to it could make it better. Will they get a lot of people on? I don't know, but it also depends on how well it's marketed. And I think that's a big fault within AEW, the company itself. So we'll see what happens, man. I wanted to go on ahead, let you guys know about this news. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe if you guys did enjoy this video. I'm going to catch y'all. Peace.